Well, this is an odd one. Is this a mall? Well, sorta. It's complicated, again. But let's have a look at this outdoor strip on Daytona Beach. While it's 50 degrees out, with a 40-degree wind chill. What fun! Alright, research for this particular property was a bit of a pain, and I likely missed a few things or got other things wrong, but I at least have enough to sketch up some background to this place. Ocean Walk Shops was a revitalization project for Daytona Beach, and would be a relatively new development that was under construction in 2001. Before then, it was just a beachfront block that was reported to be little more than derelict buildings with high crime elements. The developer can be traced to a Los Angeles man named Bill Geary, built by Foley & Associates and was designed by Morris Architects. The 5-floor complex would officially open in December 2002, with a state-of-the-art 10-screen cinema being the primary anchor of the plaza. The center would also host a number of restaurants and eateries, from a shiny new Starbucks to Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. To further bolster the Ocean Walk Shops, Windham Resorts would operate a hotel on site, as well as a pavilion area that would extend access to the already established Daytona Beach Bandshell, which is host to a wide array of performances, from festivals to concerts. This project would also help establish the Daytona Beach Boardwalk, which extends south for roughly half a mile. Although it took a couple extra years to get off the ground, Ocean Walk Shops was a hit, attracting the likes of a Maui Nick's surf shop. Now, while this did sound like a promising start, things unfortunately went wrong, as they always do. Further redevelopment plans that were anticipated wound up grinding to a halt after 2006, and by 2010, the property already slipped into foreclosure, less than 10 years after its opening. Gary's presence was vastly reduced in the property's involvement at this time, but it was later revealed that he had taken $1 million out of the property's funds for alternative purposes. I believe they call this embezzlement. And in 2011, Bill Geary eventually filed for bankruptcy, claiming $39 million in liabilities, of which included $17.5 million on the Ocean Walk Shops. Ocean Walk Shops also had to deal with competition along the beachfront, with residents expressing desires to go to the beach bucket near Ormond Beach rather than Daytona Beach. And on top of that, the Ocean Walk Shops was getting outpaced by newer developments like the Main Street Pier. And to make matters worse, Daytona Beach as a whole began to experience a growing homeless problem. Although these problems appeared to be overblown, the rumors would be enough to tarnish reputations. And the worst incident that happened at the Ocean Walk Shops would involve someone jumping off the balcony on the top floor. I have chosen not to go into detail on this incident due to the ruling of apparent suicide. While we're here, why don't we go down the Bandshell Pavilion and have a look at the beach itself? Now, one thing I can see about Ocean Walk Shops being a beachfront property is that if you have a handful of reputable restaurants and shops for the tourists, the shops could theoretically last a long time even before another redevelopment plan is executed. Of course, it's not very busy today, though, in November 2021. Go figure that the one day I do go to the beach, it's 50 degrees with a 40-degree wind chill outside. I didn't think it could get that cold in Florida. Dream on, 'cause you're never gonna see me on that stage. Or any stage for that matter, really. Unless it's abandoned. Despite hardships and trouble, the Ocean Walk Shops is still around today. The eateries and shops benefit greatly from condominiums, resort hotels flanking the property on either side, tourism, and events at the Bandshell. Granted, it is difficult to tell as I did arrive in an off-season period during a wind chill event, and I was unable to track down who owns or manages the outdoor mall as of the making of this video, as all info I could find is out of date or so bare bones it might as well not even be data. However, there is one big problem I can see, which is the lack of a cinema. Although it had closed in 2018 and reopened in 2019, it appears that the movie theater has closed quietly, likely thanks to 2020. Yeah, thanks for that. Nonetheless, we can only wait and see what happens next to the Ocean Walk Shops. You know something? Most of my Christmas content has been in the South, if not exclusively in Florida. I personally think that's a little ironic because I prefer the winter weather and I really don't like the typical Florida climate. But I do have family in Florida to visit, so that's how things happen to play out. Still, I do hope you enjoy some of the displays laid out throughout these places. I was particularly amused by beachgoing Santa and the fat dragon with a candy cane. Do stick around though, as I have a particularly nice looking Florida mall this Christmas, and if you boys and girls are really good, you'll see all of its fountains operational too. But until then, thanks for having me, Daytona Beach. This is Doomie Grunt wishing you and the Ocean Walk Shops farewell and good luck in the future. Still around today. Ocean Walk Shops' eateries and shops benefit greatly from